forget to carry your gas mask. Always remember to see that your blackout is as black as soot. But the most important rule of all is never to stand staring at the sky. If you don't take cover, you may get hurt.
A bit of housekeeping first. Hear me out. I had to mute you. You've got one of those phones that unmutes itself after the thing starts playing, and we could hear you over there like clearing your throat and stuff. So I muted you. Next time I'll take you down so that I can bring you back up after. And things.
And Snow sent in $10. She goes, I lost it, but basically she said, Tutty Bug for the win.
Game's over, losers! I have all the money! Compare your lives to mine and then kill yourselves!
Hey, good to see you, Vibe.
All right, Vibe. How you doing,
Vibe.
brother?
Howdy, Bob. Shit.
Did he leave?
I'm gonna break.
He doesn't love us anymore.
How you guys doing?
Oh, he's
All
there.
right.
I'm great.
Yeah, man, good to see
So,
you.
Vibe, I was really pleased to hear what you had to say at Talcott's today.
Did you not
Oh,
miss?
what?
I think you might have missed the one episode that I was on of his, where I actually denounced him as being a prophet.
You denounced him?
I said, "You're not a prophet." He's like, "Yeah, I think I might be the second coming of Jesus." I'm like, "No, you're not."
Why,
And he's a pretty boy.
why would you say, like, why do you say he's not a
Yeah,
prophet?
that guy.
Do you have a reason for saying he's not a prophet?
Your mic is super low, and I keep turning it up.
Yeah.
How's that?
Yours was a little low too, but Steelman's is who I'm talking to. But you're good. You're good. Yeah, no, I didn't see the time that you were over there. I don't think.
Hey,
before.
hear me out. I know you stepped away for us. Oh, there we go. There you go.
Don't be so agitated. Hear me out.
No, I haven't seen. I know I stepped away. I stepped away to shave the cat, and I'm back.
Whoa, pause.
Oh,
That's
so
cool,
Vibe,
bro.
I don't know.
Also, for somebody asked, yes, he did send me a cash app with the $30.
Nice.
Of course I did.
The only reason you were muted, he stepped away. Hold on, let me clear this. The only reason you were muted is you've got one of the
No,
phones.
I get.
You heard me? Okay.
Saying, I thought I was muted.
So Vibe, I was trying to ask why you would say that. Why would you say, or why do you say Jack Talcott is not a prophet? That's what I was wondering.
Well, he said, he's like, well, actually, I think I might be the second coming. And I said, okay.
Okay. But what about the prophet? I'm not saying the second coming or whatever, but I'm just curious about the prophet part. I'm not trying to like interrupt you. I'm just curious about that part.
No. And I said to him, I was like, I don't believe you're the second coming. I believe that maybe you have a message. And he's like, yes. He said, I feel like in my heart, I have something to spread. And I'm like, well, that's called Christianity. Like we have something in our heart that we feel we need to spread, but that doesn't make you Jesus.
Okay, so when you said you told him he's not a prophet, what you meant was you told him he's not the second coming of Christ, which is different than being a prophet, though, right?
Yeah, but it's different from what he was claiming as well.
So you didn't say he's not a prophet. He could be a prophet, but not the second coming of Christ. Is that possible?
I suppose it's possible.
Can we just all be realistic in this conversation that Jack Talcott is not a prophet or disciple of any sort? Like we all
agree,
but
burn the witch! Burn the witch!
Hold on.
Come on.
If you live south of the Mason-Dixon, there's a decent chance that you could find someone just as convinced of their holy see as Jack Talcott on virtually any one of the revivalist churches down here. There's one dude and they're convinced he's the second coming of Christ.
Yeah, I know, but that's like the Baptist.
But okay, but we can just What about all the other prophets that came before? What about Moses? We could have said the same shit about him. You know, even when Jesus came, they said, by what authority do you speak? I mean, this is the thing that prophets get all the time throughout history. So for you to condemn a prophet is nothing new.
What about who?
I'm saying prophets have been persecuted all throughout history. They will continue to be. And for some to say I persecuted someone by calling them a false prophet, well, yeah, prophets have been persecuted throughout history. So I'm just saying there's no standing. Your ground is circular. I mean, you got to throw out all prophets that way.
There's some people.
No, you don't.
Well, what
Prophets,
reasoning
hold on.
would you?
Some prophets are already accepted, and you don't have to throw out all of those just because you don't believe in a new one.
Right, but yeah, like she's saying, what reasoning? I would have my reasoning to say that he would be a prophet would be that he brings the gospel. His message is the message, which is the gospel, which is the good news, which is about love and
Mormons.
That would mean every priest or preacher out there would hold that same definition.
Well, no, because most priests and preachers and all that stuff, they don't teach that kind of stuff. You know, they preach about all kinds of unholy things and anti-Bible stuff and anti-Christian things. But I haven't heard
Jack Talcott churches, son.
I've been to a lot of churches, and I haven't been to one church that preached the gospel.
Aren't you the one that believes in the mushrooms or the Jesus or some shit?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think your vision of Christianity is very skewed, sir.
Why don't you just go to any Christian?
Well, no, I think what I'm pointing out is that I think your version of Christianity is skewed, and
no, you said
we can get into Christianity and
that preach the gospel.
I mean, you know, if you want to get into the debate of Christianity, which is actually the religion of Paul,
you said you've never been to
and not Jesus.
Hear me out. Shut up.
I have to talk.
Oh yeah, we need our speed dating music here.
Oh no, sir! Don't you dare, Flo. Okay, so you think it's the wrong Christianity, right? But I think there's millions upon God.
What if God was one of us?
It's church music. So
yeah, what if God was one of us?
So solid.
Go ahead.
Man, way to know your music choice.
Just a stranger on a bus.
But I mean, again, you believe in some mushroom Jesus shit too, and I think most Nicene Creed teachers, priests, fathers, whatever, the Pope would probably disagree with you thoroughly.
Oh, of course, as Jesus said, they hated him first. His message, he was crucified for it, and they talked about how we will be crucified with the message, and it's always been a hidden knowledge. It's always been not accepted by the population and demonized by the world that's run by Satan, who runs this world. So yeah, I get it. You know, the body of Christ and Jesus at the Last Supper, who said you must eat his body, and he was talking about the sacred mushrooms. Many of his disciples left him at that time, it says. And that's at John 6:66. Speaking of 6:66, where many of his disciples leave him because they can't accept that you have to eat his body. And what his body is sacred mushrooms. And there's nothing wrong. I'm not afraid to speak that truth, because that is the truth.
When you get done hitting that, can you pass it?
I think you and Jack Talcott should hang out and do shrooms sometime.
I think you did too.
That's awesome. See, man, we're not debating about nothing.
Praise God, man. Fucking praise God. God is so amazing. The sun, the nature, the earth, water, the way words work, the way knowledge works, the way love feels. God, praise God, man.
Oh man, that's good stuff. Though.
Yeah.
So is it?
But it was the
DMC?
Jews. It was the Jews that turned on him, right? Wasn't it?
Well, actually, it
wasn't actual Christians. It was.
Yeah, it was actually many of his followers at that time. They said this teaching is hard for us to accept. How can we accept this teaching? And he said, very truly, he repeated himself. I tell you, if you do not eat from my body and drink from my blood, you have no life in you. And at that time, many of his followers turned and left. He lost many followers at the Last Supper because of that, and I see it happen all the time.
Hold on, I just want to point out that Joseph is down here taking shots from the chat. This is the second time in a few days I've seen you take shots at people who are not Christian, Joseph, even though every time you're on my panel and I ask you what your religion is, you say you don't know. I caught you lying. Jesus wouldn't want you to do that. Be a better Christian and less of a liar.
Jesus is watching.
Jesus do.
So is it DMT or is it the toad or is it ayahuasca?
Well, it's actually 4-PO-DMT, which is the psilocybin, the DMT and psilocybin. Yeah.
Other than that, I do not think Jack Talcott is a prophet of any sort. Yeah.
Well,
So
I-
what
see, I-
is the criteria for a prophet?
Yeah, I was just about to say, I think
Yeah,
we need to get our.
You're saying
We have a miracle. We have an absolute miracle. Speak to me, bro. That he's not muted.
Okay, so by definition, I'm just.
Crazy. How is that
We-
possible?
I don't
Is he
know.
yelling? Oh, well, maybe
Yeah.
his mic on his end's turned off.
Who's that?
hear me
Let's
out.
hear me out. God
Oh,
has
Hand off.
his mic for us. Fucking get
He's
him.
on a phone. It would turn off his.
He probably blew it out.
Just stole his
How
beard.
would- You'll know them by their hats. This is how you know prophet.
Popes are not prophets, Flo. Neither are bishops.
But he makes profit. You need Jesus.
Bishops.
I have a hat too.
I still say it's my first miracle.
I mean,
Gonna
I
Vibe,
tell
wouldn't
these
you?
people I'm a prophet.
Vibe, wouldn't you agree that the prophets are biblically like persecuted, and it even talks about how they're run from town to town and things like that? I mean, prophets are not looked at well upon by society according to the Bible. Would you agree?
I agree 100%. You're absolutely correct. In
Isn't-
most cases, prophets were completely disowned by the society within which they existed, but they also went on to convert at least a few who went on to convert a few who turned that society into a society that believed in that given prophet. You could make the same equation for, say, Latter-day Saints.
Isn't that a good vetting process, though, to know that if you come out and say, I'm a prophet, God sent me, knowing that people are going to chastise you and run you out, like, you better believe it to be willing to take on
Right.
that kind of heat.
Right.
That's a solid vetting
all
system.
you guys are kind of conferring here. There is a definition in the Bible that defines what a prophet is. It is somebody who has foresight, and their foresight actually comes true. And like this is part of the canonization of the whole Bible, was that there were people in the Bible that said this is going to happen, and it happened. And it happened over and over, and therefore they are the prophets. These are visions that God gave them, and it was proven throughout the Bible, and even into the New Testament when we look at Isaiah and the prophecy of Jesus coming. Right. So this is not some random
What's
thing.
the
where-
Isaiah prophecy?
Yes, maybe they got prosecuted, maybe all these things happened, but I mean, there is a definition, and Jack doesn't meet them.
What is the which verse is it? Or do you know the verse or remember how Isaiah prophesied?
Sorry, repeat that. I got my
I
volume. really
want to
low.
look into this Isaiah verse because I guarantee it says it's like something about a rock, and Christians are like, "See, well, Jesus is a rock."
Oh no! Are you talking about the prophecy for Jesus coming?
Yeah.
You just said
He wants
Isaiah
to know the
prophesied.
Isaiah prophecy.
Oh yeah. No, it's much more than a rock. And I don't have it offhand, but I can look it up. But it's not like.
And you said that the Bible has a definition. So when you say the Bible, when you say the Bible has a definition for it, or is that a definition that you fleshed out through the Bible? It doesn't actually say, prophets are this. Does it define it somewhere, or is that just a definition that you came up with?
No, it's not a definition I came up with. It's a definition
tell me-
that through my teachers that I have been taught.
But is there a verse in the Bible that says,
definition?
like I can tell you, the Bible says the religion is caring for widows and orphans. That's what the Bible defines religion as. Does it define religion as, prophets as needing to predict the future? Because I don't think that the Bible defines prophets as a requirement is predicting the future, which you just laid out. And so I'm wondering where you got that from in the Bible. If you could show me so that I could be on the same page as you.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't have it offhand, but let me look it up right now.
Take your time, right?
I'm confident it's correct. There is a definition for prophets, and they have to meet a certain criteria, which is why we don't actually believe in Mormonism, right? Because it doesn't fit the criteria.
But where I'm wondering where you're getting this prediction. This criteria in the Bible, because if a preacher just gave us the criteria, I want to see where the Bible gives us the criteria. Especially because you said it's so clear and it's defined, and I'm actually now calling that cap. I don't think that's true in the way that you've defined it.
Well, okay. So
Come at me,
I am not
bro.
the authority. I'll definitely say that.
Come at me.
But I'm going to find the scripture. I'm going through my
Dragon Ball Z
net
curses.
Bible right now.
I'm shooting some God at you.
In fact, I would say, biblically speaking, a true prophet that does not, from what I just double-checked on the research, is not required to predict the future. So unless you can show me some evidence
You want to
against
know
that,
what a true prophet is? It's what Tutty Bug just made by bidding on the 20.
That was the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Shout out to the $5.
and even if we, and I'm not going to concede that.
People at college how to play dice.
And Vibe, how long ago did Jesus come after Isaiah made the prophecy? And why I'm making that question is saying that, so nobody knew that Isaiah was a prophet until his prophecy came true either. And so, not only do you not have to predict the future, but even if you did, which you don't, I'm not going to concede that you do, nobody would even know who a prophet was until the prophecy came true thousands of possibly way after their lifetime. Everyone would be saying you're a false prophet until the guy's dead and the whole generation's dead, and then they can call him a prophet. So we have no idea if Jack is a prophet at this point, according to even your logic. But since he's
there is a definition for this, and it's a pretty popular definition from pretty much most all Christianity. Now, I am not an expert on it, but I'm trying to. I actually put this in a document somewhere. I'm trying to look it up right now to give you all the details because I am not.
He's not going to let you know what's coming. It's just going to come, so you better be ready first.
Give you the information.
Oh, that's cool, man. Thanks. Thanks.
But I do know it's true what I'm saying.
One moment. Housekeeping here.
No.
Hear me out. We have not muted you. Your microphone, for some reason, has disassociated from StreamYard. Drop out and come back in and annoy the living shit out of us. Okay? Do it. I don't want to kick you out and make you think I did something inappropriate. I'm just, holy shit, dude. That's an invention.
I wonder if he's just pretending like his mic isn't working and trolling you.
I hope so. I mean, I'd rather his things function and him have fun. But drop out of StreamYard, come back in. I'm assuming you can hear us.
Sometimes I wish we could do the
No, we
test
can't
for
hear
them
you,
on
dude.
our end.
Even when you unpause, we cannot hear you. Your mic is not functioning. Drop out of StreamYard and then come back in. Hey, Dusty, boot him out of StreamYard. Come back. All right, continue. My bad.
If I may, there, Vibe, just to kind of speed it along a little bit. 1 Corinthians 14, 29 through 33, as well as 2 Peter 1, I do believe, and 19 through 21. Those are the verses. That's like the best like you can get. But there's some others that you could actually reference as well. But if you look at those scriptures, you'll probably get some type of analysis, understanding of what prophets are actually capable of.
And I'm drier than the fiery pits of hell.
Thank you, Brick. That is crystal clear.
Well, it was. What he was saying was that it's in there, and it doesn't necessarily require that they predict the future. He was just trying to say that nicely.
There is a couple. Who is punching their freaking mic? Is that you?
Me. Sorry, that was me.
Okay.
No, I don't like straw mans. I prefer still man. So if you're gonna still man my argument, still man it. No, what I was saying is that I was trying to speed along the process for Vibe. That's all.
Well, you slowed it down then. Tell him what it fucking says.
Can you?
It's not my job to
repeat it
make his
again?
argument.
Play.
Speak. Hear me out.
Can you
so,
read it one more time for me?
Here's what I was saying. Right, we were talking about Jack, right? And I was saying that Jack's not a prophet. I don't think Jack's a prophet.
You can hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Now.
Right. I do not. And I've been on this channel and I detested him on not being a prophet. That's where I was being challenged, right? So a prophet delivers God's word. A prophet does, by the Bible, actually say that they do foretell the future. And the future that they foretell does actually come true. This is one of the things that makes them a prophet. They warn of consequences, and if those consequences are not done, and I had to look this up because I did do research on this prior. This is not research I just did.
It was a little gay. I'll admit, a little gay.
This point here is everything they say should point to the words that Jesus says. And
Stop
the things
fagging out.
Are not.
Okay, and
That was for hear me out.
Where does Jack stand that's Antichrist?
Sorry?
He's pretty Luciferian.
No, but yeah, he's not Antichrist though, right? Like the Bible is saying.
I don't know what.
Well, if you're Luciferian, you believe in the
against
devil,
Christ, right? I would say Lucifer
Pretty
is Jesus, right?
Antichrist.
I mean, Luciferian. I don't know. Sasquatch. You know these things better than I do.
All right, you have Satanists and Luciferians. Luciferians are typically like the anti-Catholic church. They have all of these inverted premises, inverted things. They hold black masses. They gather in church and everything. Satanists just cut motherfuckers up and say they're doing magic. They're way more.
That's like talking about Protestants and Methodists. Okay, they're all the same.
Okay, bro. There's less rabbits in the Luciferian church.
Luciferian is just the enlightened one, or the enlightened one, right? So Jesus was a Luciferian, right? And Lucifer, it all goes back to Lucifer being the Luciferian.
No,
Jesus
sir.
was a Luciferian based on what?
What's
that?
The fact that Lucifer was the light bringer.
Right. Exactly.
Morning star. Yes.
Well, yeah, just like Jesus was, right? And Lucifer.
No,
exactly. Okay, yes.
A conclusion that doesn't exist.
What's that? Sorry.
They just told you the light.
But what I'm saying is that Sasquatch. What I'm saying. Let's talk about this real quick. Sasquatch. Jesus wasn't a Christian, obviously, right? What was he?
Here's the thing. Here's
Jewish.
the thing. You think calling me Sasquatch is like an insult, but you're
No,
not.
I am Sasquatch. I am Sasquatch.
I don't feel any insult after you call me.
Hold on. Hear me out. Listen. I am
What
Sasquatch.
happens is you go back to not having any jobs, and you don't have any
Hear me out.
to pay for your rent.
Hear me out.
You just keep saying Sasquatch. You can just eliminate
It's
it because
me.
it doesn't matter.
Me, motherfucker. I'm Sasquatch. I am Sasquatch. He's talking to me. I am Sasquatch. Cogsquatch is Sasquatch.
Wait a minute.
That's me. He's not talking to you.
Wait. How am I not Sasquatch?
Oh, no. Use a fuzzy.
No, you're Yeti.
You hear me out. That's Sasquatch.
I would argue I would make a better Sasquatch than
What
Cogsquatch.
the hell? Dusty, what have you gotten us into?
I don't know.
A man wearing berets and
uncle
sucking
saw
off the Jameson bottle.
My uncle saw Sasquatch.
Ladies
You're
and
not a
gentlemen,
Sasquatch because you still have the ribbons in your hair.
ladies and gentlemen, please pay Dusty for his aggravation.
No,
he deserves it
I
tonight.
offered him a payout solution.
There's this great option where you can pay to boot people.
No, I
Yeah,
offered.
why aren't we paying
offered-
Oh my goodness.
Can somebody be my
Stop dragging
superhero
out.
this evening? Oh boy. What the hell? Who did that?
That is not
That's real.
photoshopped. That is not photoshopped.
Who did that?
Real, Sarah. She did that.
Real. She did. Yeah, that's not a Photoshop.
What does that mean? I'm a new father.
It means that she was always a man.
Yeah, she is a he. Who
Just
fathered-
like this he is turning into a she.
Everybody's switching sides.
Yo, see, that one's getting me in trouble
Oh,
too. I
shit.
can't help it but laugh at that easy thing. That's just too funny.
Why the fuck would he do this to himself?
Dude, that's more pink. That is way more pink than lip gloss I've ever worn. It looks good on him, though. I'll give him that. It looks good on him.
But my uncle did see a Sasquatch.
Like a lady.
He got a footprint.
Filter.
Listen, you don't hear me out. You don't want to go there. We already know about what happened to y'all when y'all go to clearings and all this other stuff. Let's
My
avoid it.
great uncle had a
Hi,
footprint of
Nightish. Good to
Sasquatch.
see you.
Hello, everyone.
It was scary
Hold
as
on.
fuck for me when I was like 9 years old. I was like, "What the fuck are you living out here with?"
What?
Let me shout out the pretend judge. Said I love Hear Me Out. He is a friend of mine. I'm glad he brought me to y'all. I am as well, and I apologize. Earlier, since you paid off Steelman's debt, I thought that you were one of Steelman's alts because he's got a couple of them. So, anyways, thank you.
Wait. Flow State. You think I have alts?
No,
No.
Steelman does. He does.
No.
Yeah,
Oh my! You think
Jameson
I'm
winning this
all
poll.
of this, everything is
so
about
you
me,
think
bro.
Steelman?
Everything is not
Steelman.
about
I'm an alt of Steelman.
Every time somebody
Tim,
says
man,
something,
calm
hear me
down.
out, like,
I
what?
mean, damn, hear me out.
Bless it.
First
You
he
think
was
I'm an alt of
Sasquatch,
Steelman?
now he's Steelman's alter. Now, oh Lord, help me! This
So-
is an identity crisis that's beyond all things.
Y'all are
Why?
killing me.
Why would it? Look,
All right,
I'm on my
I've got a
camera
show to go
every
watch.
fucking time
I'm gonna head out.
I'm live.
Hey, do
Why
you
would
have
I
a
have
show to
an
work
alt?
on?
Sarah. Later,
Hold
Sarah.
on a
Yeah.
second.
Bye,
Hold on a
everyone.
second.
Bye,
No.
Tomato.
All right, good to see ya.
Bye.
Hold your horses.
What?
You mean you have a show to finish working on?
No, it is 3:30 in the
Ugh.
morning.
Okay.
Yeah, that one's still getting clipped up. I did some work on it today,
Okay.
but there's still a lot to add in.
Yep.
But
All right. Thanks for the
love
raid.
you, boo.
Night.
Good night, Sarah.
Hey, am I
What?
still here?
You are now.
Flow shit right there.
Am I still on?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
We can't
muted.
hear you yet.
No, I sent a raid over to Rob, and then I told everyone to come back over to you after they're done sending him love.
Oh, that's why I was confused because I was looking for. I refreshed the thing and I couldn't see. It didn't say that you rated me.
But it was a raid.
But people were throwing tomatoes.
Yeah,
Trippy
I
here.
said
What's up, Trippy?
I said go send Rob. It was my chat's idea. I let it up to them. They said let's raid Rob, and I was like, all right, but you got to be nice. And of course, some dipshit goes over there. They're like, I'm mass reporting you. I'm like, you're fucking retarded, bro. Why you got to do that? But I said nothing but tomatoes and hearts. Be nice, whatever.
Should have told him to
And-
send cookies too.
Oh, fuck!
God damn it.
Airplanes
Rick.
and cookies.
You're
Damn
evil.
it! Oh, that
Diabolical.
would have been so. I forgot about that one. But of course, no good deed goes unpunished. Rob started raging out and getting mad, saying that I was passively aggressively sending him a raid.
Did somebody clip that? Because I noticed he privated the stream. Somebody has
Already?
to have got it.
Yeah,
I didn't. I should have, but I didn't. Yeah, I've had an interesting night. That was fun.
Nice.
I don't know why
Talk
you
to
would
us.
get so mad.
Managed to
Because
go
Rob-
into Rob's chat and get banned from chat on 2 different accounts on accident without ever saying anything mean.
I know. I saw you. I saw
Wait,
you
where-
say.
You said at Rob's that happened?
Yeah, it was one of his mods, went a little rogue. He's all
Oh,
right. It's
are
that-
we not men?
Yep. And then Rob raided Teriak. And when he raided Teriak, one of the other mods, a different person, William Garner or something like that, he banned me on 2 different accounts from Teriak's chat.
Oh goodness.
And then I sat in the back of Teriak's for like 5-10 minutes until I almost fell asleep. And then, decided to come over to where there's entertaining people having a discussion.
Right?
Took you fucking long enough.
I know.
Probably
Way
too
too
long.
long.
To start with.
All right. Well,
I
I'm out.
Men's like $100 to kick this guy.
Wow, that's funny.
No, not at all.
Who's
real
leaving?
quick,
Yeah.
real quick, Powder Dusty in the studio. See you.
You bitch!
At least you could say you tried.
Yeah, I
What
had
a
to
bitch.
sign into an alt.
Yeah.
Well, that was quick. I
I'm
wonder
out.
why he's scared to talk to me.
No,
Hear
I'm
me
out.
out. Hey, thank you for coming by. It's been fun. Salute to your chat. Do you want us to disconnect it?
No, I mean, yeah, sure. I wish I could say the same. It wasn't fun at all.
That's lovely. I'm gonna come cuddle with you later. When you feel like
Honestly,
being watched,
honestly,
it's
a lot
me.
of your guests are fucking retarded. But
Welcome to the Panelverse.
Yeah.
I never knew Hear Me Out felt that way about me.
Aw.
You you want to drop
All
that or
right.
you want me to do it?
I'm gonna go. I'm going to bed. I gotta.
Black man.
another show to
Definitely.
fall asleep to. But
Where's
love
the
you
plan?
guys.
Good night,
Good
Sarah.
to see you.
Power of
Good
the
night.
Panelverse. We ride at dawn.
The power. Did you see the power of the Panelverse killed Andrew's internet?
Yes. You guys are
I blame
retarded.
Axis rat blood.
Did I
You guys are retarded. Oh my
I did a
goodness.
post.
Bye.
I saw that. That was funny. It made me giggle.
Oh man.
Dude, when I hang out with you guys, I'm now gonna have to wear this.
Shout out to Trippy Cast for
mask.
driving people crazy.
Yeah. Hey,
I've apparently done so.
real quick on Hear Me Out's end, I just put a link to my channel, the last link I dropped. We're gonna drop his restream in a second, but we're still here if you want to come over onto my channel and sub and like and share, and you can join the panel if you want. I think we got a spot or two open now.
So the most ironic thing of all of this, in my opinion, I mean, all things being as they seem to be, is the idea that Rob expected a rational discussion from a clown, and he gave him one. You gave him one, and he complained even after that. I was like, dude, I've never seen Trippy deal this straight with anybody ever. That whole conversation was basically him going, yeah, I should have done it a little different. We're aware of that now. I agree. You know, and I was like, who is this guy? Where's Trippy? And where we need to go get him out of that clown car with the 37 other lookalikes.
Oh yeah, man. I've been having a lot of fun with this. So far, Speakeasy's made a veiled threat to dox me by saying a word very similar to my last name. That was funny.
He probably
tried that,
can't say it in the first place.
but he doesn't have the balls to really fucking dox anybody.
I'm more impressed by the fact that he removed his face tattoos with Photoshop before he posted that thumbnail.
That shit looked like he was wearing blush and lipstick.
It does. It does. It's a beauty filter for women.
That little bit of eyeshadow up there.
Yep. He
Eyeliner?
used the female beauty filter.
It's probably because that tattoo looks so much like a fucking penis. Just working its way right into his eye. Gonna poke him and give him eyeball syphilis.
I think it was Trippy Cast hand gestures.
Yeah, a little bit of
Yep.
little something. It made his eyeballs pop out of his skull. That was funny.
That is hilarious.
Oh, it really did.
I really should have used.
It was like that scene in The Mask.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Could have done it without the CGI.
Can I make an argument for God real quick? If he exists, then he has a hell of a sense of humor.
Hold on there, sir. I agree with you, but you're supposed to ask the question and get an answer before you continue.
Oh, Dusty hates it whenever I ask questions first.
I know.
Oh, I hate your leading questions. I hate it.
Yes,
you
you
like
do.
it's the douchiest, and especially when when the corner you're leading him into is a Bible verse. It's like douche stacked on douche. It's so insufferable, man.
Hey,
Shout out to
I gotta
Dick,
say he does have a sense of humor, and there is a verse for that.
I've seen a platypus, bro. He definitely has a sense of humor. You've met me,
I
right?
was watching something.
God has
Yeah,
a sense of
You've seen EOD's teeth in Rob's hairline, right? He's got a sense of humor.
God has a sense of humor, sir. He is entertained. He is entertained.
I think the interesting one is the gooey duck.
That's an interesting. Yes, you're not wrong. That is a good one. You don't know what a gooey duck is?
No,
it is a
That was
clam.
deep cut.
They're quite
Yeah.
cool to catch.
Well, Brick, or everyone, I guess that's the Joker card. And the Joker can be any card in the deck because the Joker is the God card. Because
What about
God is.
what about this fish right here?
Yes.
You like this?
Whoa.
Does
Just a
blobfish.
he need the video? Does he need the video?
Well, and so this goes back to like.
Hey, wait a minute! You erased the Dookie stains with Photoshop.
Fuck yeah, I did.
I would
So-
too.
This goes back to like kind of like Zen. Like I learned that the court jester, is actually the highest person above the king, and the god is actually the Joker card. The god is the jester of the court. The jester's the only one above the king. The jester's the only one that can actually ridicule the king
right.
and whatnot. And
Remember-
and the Joker card, the Jester card, plays all the roles. It can play the ace through the 2. It can be any card. It's interchangeable. That's because
wild
God.
card. Yep.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's where you get the laughter. If you get deep enough into laughter, it can become indistinguishable with tears, and crying. And you do enough mushrooms, you'd be laughing and crying at the same, right? And
I want some of that.
Yeah, this is like the duality
discussion. It's not a duality, sir. Laughter literally is modified crying.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Exactly. It's not even a duality. Yeah. Thank you.
Now explain the big Joker and the little Joker.
And then that's what you find out when you really get to the Godhead. You really do find out that God is the Joker and that life is actually just a big fucking joke. And that's what's so sad. That's when you start crying so hard and fucking laughing so hard, and that's when you realize, that's when you reach the Godhead.
So if the king is the king and that would be the highest in the land, then what is the ace?
The Pope. And the reason the jester is perceived as having more power than either a king or a pope is because both of them kept them on staff, and they were the only people in the court that would not get their head removed for playing shenanigans and silly buggers.
Yeah, and there's this sort of Eastern teaching that the ideal man wants to be. You want to become the Joker, right? You want to become the fool and whatnot. That's like the ultimate tarot card because you have no responsibilities, you have no worries. You're actually free to just be. You're not constrained.
Sasquatch.
Jack Nicholson or what's the other one?
There's like 4.
No,
but Jack Nicholson or Heath Ledger.
It takes a hat.
That's awesome. It's a hard question for me because I grew up with Jack Nicholson, so obviously he's going to be the best live action Joker, right?
Where did they get a load of me?
But Heath Ledger's a close second in my book.
Heath Ledger,
Mark Hamill for his voice.
Heath Ledger killed it. Let's be real. Heath Ledger was the best one for sure.
Yeah.
And who's the last one?
The newer one. Yeah.
Everybody forgets.
He was the worst.
You talking about Joaquin Phoenix?
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix was the worst.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know what that was.
Why so serious?
That I will tell you exactly what that was. That was Juggalo Joker. Okay. Juggalo Joker.
Have damage. Insane Clown Posse.
No,
Juggalo Joker.
It can't be Juggalo Joker. It's not black and white clown makeup.
Yeah, but I mean,
no, it doesn't carry, bro. What that was a movie that was made. They had a script for a movie and they didn't have a Joker film, and they were like, "Hey, what can we do with this script to make it sell?" And they were like, "Let's make it a Joker film." Otherwise, there's nothing in it that's Batman.
Oh,
there's nothing in it from DC.
You said Joaquin Phoenix. I was thinking of Jared Leto. I apologize.
Yeah, me too. I thought that was the worst Joker in my opinion.
I messed that up because Joaquin Phoenix and Jared Leto both did a terrible fucking job. And Joaquin Phoenix got 2 fucking movies. Well, actually, I never saw the second one, but could you call it a movie?
It's bad.
I think those movies were about a study of mental health.
It was a mental health expose. Yes,
the first one. Yeah,
absolutely.
The second one, I heard that the studio literally said, people will watch anything with the Joker in the title. Let's just give them garbage and see how much we make.
And they made a mint.
Yeah, and Sasquatch was one of the producers. He's laughing.
I was laughing.
He's like, this is worse than I ever imagined. Release it.
Immediately. Then I have no problem with this. I was also the one that inspired Meth Gator. So
shout out
really? Yeah, but then you dropped the ball like a motherfucker.
I told you that he sold my fucking idea. I told you. Glenn took it and sold it right off of the buddy, that bastard.
Oh yeah, I need to go out. I need to call Glenn. Glenn texted me the other night, asked me if I'd
really? Okay.
Yeah, he said, yeah, Glenn texted me. He said, have you seen, LOL, did you see basically asked me if I saw that Marte had a jerk off video, and I was like, yeah. Or I sent him a link to us making fun of him about it or something.
Don't they all?
Well, he and Easy apparently do. Apparently a lot of them do.
Lotion Gate is real.
Why is that a problem?
Now, the thing about this is, right, it shouldn't be a problem. Like, I'll send Dusty my jerk off videos. He's got like 4 already. And, I'll send them to anybody. I'd put them up on YouTube if I was allowed to.
I haven't seen but 3.
I'm proud. of my little Willie. Oh, I accidentally pulled out some baby oil.
Yeah, that's that Diddy. Diddy all the time.
Oh, it gets deep. It gets so deep.
I'll try.
So deep.
Shout out to a woman who can still feel it.
The Joker from the animated series. I don't know.
Yeah,
Mark Hamill. Yes, Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill will do. I will accept Mark Hamill as a Joker. Yes, he did
Luke Skywalker
years of it. Yes,
Yep,
he did the
voice.
Joker. He has one of the
Joker.
best Joker laughs in history.
No
yes,
The
way.
animated series, literally
It's
the
iconic.
guy who's trying to replace Mark Hamill just does a Mark Hamill impression. He does a really good one though.
but yeah, no, I'm good with that. That's fine for an animated series. I'll accept a Mark Hamill impression for it.
Yeah,
But
He's done a
I've
couple
got
of
my name
movies.
in for the new He-Man, the new Skeletor. Until next time, He-Man.
Oh hell yeah!
I want some. Peggy.
Hot dogs are really sandwiches, He-Man. Until next time. And then he just runs away.
He-Man is extremely zesty.
Yeah. Oh God, yes. I mean, look at Prince Adam. Prince Adam is totally spit batting for the other side. If you catch my drift, so why wouldn't He-Man be?
Yeah,
Let's look at what he's got around him. Homeboy has Tila. He has the sorceress. He has what's that other chick's name? Oh no, that's Evelyn. And he never ever max out on any of those people, and is always hammering up on his man at arms.
Look at you. What do you believe in, huh? What do you believe in?
Good reference. I never noticed.
Yep.
Whatever doesn't kill
I noticed.
simply makes you stranger.
Let's put a smile on that face.
Hold on, bro. I want you to think about for a second the absolute terror that goes through your mind when a guy with a clown mask pulls it off and it's a clown underneath. Dude, God, this dude's nuts.
Sasquatch,
Hey,
did you see that
listen.
video of that black dude wearing the monkey mask and then he pulls it off and they cut the Sting taking a Sting mask off? It's like, that's terrible, but it made me laugh. I will gladly go to hell over something that's
If you are on Vibes and I am disconnecting you right now, you can continue to watch us and join the panel and super chat me at the Powder Dusty. That's at the Powder Dusty. There's only one Powder Dusty. You can find it. It's a lot easier than my last name. Good
Yes.
night, Vibes. Restream. Let's see. Remove.